Go ahead, Roger. Calling up to the microphone. Take credit for all of this.
Beg your pardon?
Come on, Roger. This has your villainous fingerprints all over it. Ambush HB. With a sordid past. Get it on the newsstands, whether or not he ever had a sordid past.
What's the matter, Mr. Editor-in-Chief? Your pathetic little rag gets scooped again?
You know, why don't they strike up the band or something instead of everybody crowding around the poor man?
David, what was Gilly talking about? Why would she bring something like that up? I can't even believe that Daddy would let her.
HB, here's some water.
No, thank you, Henry.
Well, here. How about some bourbon? That'll put those red apples right back in your teeth.
Is he all right?
Well, how would you be?
What was that all about?
I don't know. Won't you be researching it for your front page tomorrow? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have no idea. None of us do.
Look, Dylan, HB has accomplished more in his lifetime than anyone else in this room.
You know, Hart is right. This is all gonna be forgotten in a month.
Even if what she said was true, what difference does it make?
Look, Hart, I really don't want to hear this right now, especially from you.
HB, I feel responsible for this. I should never have permitted questions from the press.
No, it ain't right for you to apologize, Governor.
Can we have my grandfather's award now?
Well, quite right, young man. HB, you feel up to taking the podium again?
HB, the governor would like it if you felt you could continue the ceremony.
The governor and the committee also feel that for the reputation of the award...
As well as for Mr. Lewis's own reputation.
Exactly. That some brief statement denying this allegation, or whatever it was, is in order. We'll be happy to compose it for you, sir.
Well, I don't see a problem with that, right, HB? You do understand the reason for it, of course.
We thank you kindly, Governor, but I think we've had enough ceremony for one day, so we're going to take our leave. Y'all have a good night.
Oh, this is outrageous. You can't do this.
You got nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, well, right now, perhaps I feel like I do, maybe.
Oh, no, that's just nonsense, son. Nonsense.
Please, return to your seat.
Talk to HB, right?
No.
So we gotta...
Try to.
Nick, isn't that... Yeah, Steve.
Eve!
Gilly, what do you have on HB Lewis?
Nick,
Come on, Gilly, it's going to be out tomorrow anyway. How about a little professional courtesy?
I'm sorry, Nick.
Daddy, you've known Mr. Lewis all your life, right?
Yeah.
Do you think this whole thing about him being in prison is true?
You know, that's not really exactly the point right now.
Well, Daddy, what is the point? And I don't understand why Gilly would make a big deal like
ask your boyfriend.
Well, I thought I did.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Owing to the unfortunate and unforeseen questions raised here tonight, the Governor's Selection Committee has decided to withdraw their recommendation. Pending further discussion.
Meaning what?
The Outstanding Citizen Award will not be given tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, to err is human, and the error here was the committee's. Believe me, nobody is more deeply shocked and distressed than I am.
I have seen that reporter exactly once in my life at the Spaulding trial.
You went to her
I have never said
two
words for her. Ask her.
You went through all
she doesn't know me from Adam. I'm more
things
surprised than
until you
anybody in the room.
wanted.
I mean, come on. Who cares about it happened so long ago anymore?
You used me to do this to him. How could you do this to that old man, that sweet old man?
Nadine!
He has never hurt anybody. He is always always shown me respect, even when everybody else in that family hasn't and has hated me.
Deanie, I swear to you, I had no idea that was going to happen.
Billy gave you a job.
Oh.
He trusted you. He defended you in front of Vanessa, and even to me. He's the one who insisted that you be a guest in our home. How could you do this?
Oh, come on! It's not like the old guy lost an arm or a leg.
Did you see his face? Did you see him? Why didn't you just come to me and blackmail me like you usually do? I would have given you the money, Buzz. I would have given you more than whoever it was. Roger Thorpe. That's who it was. Using the TV station to do his dirty work again. Oh, Buzz, how could you take money from Roger Thorpe when you
did not
know
know what he was going to use it for, okay? You know, I mean, it happened 45 years ago. I figured, what's it matter? Oh, come on. You know, I thought maybe he'd use it as a warning, wave it in some client who was sitting on the fence. That's all I would have done with it. How did I know he was going to play so tough?
Did anybody see another cab? Anybody see Nadine?
No.
Bridget!
I'll go check on the baby.
Yeah, she probably fell asleep with him upstairs. Don't answer that. I'm going to unplug all the phones.
Hey, I'll go make us some coffee to clear our heads.
Just hold on, Mindy. What did Nick say to you out there on the dance floor?
Nothing.
He didn't say anything and ask you to make a statement about...
Daddy, you know him better than that.
Well, he may not have, but everyone else in town will.
That's for sure. And they're going to try and get us alone, try and make us contradict each other. So we got to be prepared.
You want me to stay home from school so nobody can ask me things?
No, sweetheart, that's not what your daddy meant. He doesn't want us to hide.
Well, I don't see why any of us has to say anything to anybody. Whatever we say is just going to be distorted to the point where we won't even recognize it, especially by that bunch of WSPR. But they're going to say what they want to say anyway.
Not if I have my say about it.
Oh, well, Billy, you won't have your say about it. Let's just remember what I went through. Now, HB, grit your teeth and sit this one out. These press people, television and newspapers, they're all alike. They get hysterical over something, and they get everybody worked up, and a week later they lapse back into their torpor, and everybody forgets all about it.
I'm with Henry. What Gilly did was vicious, and it was premeditated.
Yeah, but it's not going to stop people from talking.
Then we slap him with a libel suit.
Well, do you think I should call Ross, because the definition of libel is constantly changing?
I don't think Granddaddy has much more use for lawyers as he does reporters. Do you? I'm much more concerned about what we say to you than what we say to some stranger. And I know I can speak for all of us when I say that nothing and nobody can dim you in our eyes.
Darling, that's very kind of you to say.
No, Daddy, she's not just saying it. That's a fact.
Yeah, and it's not just your family that feels that way, Mr. Lewis.
Well, it's no use talking about lawsuits or taking on after Gilly. Haven't any of you figured out yet that all she said was the truth?